After a journey of more than 3,800 orbits and 102 million miles at 3:27 p.m. Central Time on Sunday, July 26th,
Touchdown. After 241 days in space, Chris Williams, Sergei Mikheyev, and Sergei Sverchkov have returned to their home planet.
The Soyuz MS-28 capsule safely returned to Earth from the International Space Station. Sverchkov, the mission's commander, was first out of the Soyuz capsule, then Mikheyev, and finally Williams. The crew was all smiles upon completing their 8-month stay in space. Winding the clock back a bit, the turnover at the International Space Station began on July 14th.
Booster ignition, now at full throttle, and liftoff.
That's when the Soyuz MS-29 mission launched from the Baikonur Cosmodrome.
As part of a 2-orbit journey.
NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman was on hand to watch his friend and NASA astronaut Anil Menon launch alongside Pyotr Dubrov and Anna Kikina. Hours later that day,
contact confirmed.
We have contact, docking ring request.
Capture confirmed.
Copy.
At 12:52 p.m. Central Time, 1:52 p.m. Eastern Time, Soyuz has reached the International Space Station after a flight of 3 hours and 4 minutes in duration.
The Soyuz MS-29 docked to the ISS as it whizzed over the Mediterranean Sea at an altitude of 260 statute miles. Isaacman and Menon exchanging a few words shortly after the crew's arrival on orbit.
Congratulations, crew, on a impressive 3-hour rejoin. And to my friend Anil, how are you enjoying spaceflight?
Hello, it's great to hear from you, and incredibly fast ride. I'm feeling great, and I'm excited to speak with you. And
Came in broken there, but I know you all have a lot of work to do right now, so just passing on to you.
ISS MCC Moscow and Space Ground 1 for Sergei.
Your friends here, your family, your nations are very proud of you. Godspeed and God bless on your expedition ahead.
Thank you very much for those kind words. The station is a sight to behold and a monument to all the hard work that we are able to do together and what we're able to achieve when we do it.
After the MS-29 crew had some time acclimating to life on board the International Space Station, it was time for the MS-28 crew to depart. But per tradition, before that happened...
So with these words, I want to pass the commanding of the station to my colleague and really good person, Jessica Meir.
NASA astronaut Jessica Meir became the commander of the International Space Station.
Thank you so much, Sergei, for your steadfast leadership during this part of Expedition 74. You have definitely set a tone that united everyone on board, not only as colleagues, but as friends on a shared adventure. Accepting this symbolic key is a profound honor, and it means even more to me that it is coming from you.
Sverchkov passed along the symbolic key to the ISS.
Ogromное спасибо, мой друг.
And with the ringing of the bell by NASA astronaut and U.S. Navy Captain Jack Hathaway, the change of command formalized. Earlier this year, we spoke with Meir about what this type of leadership role meant to her.
Yeah, this mission was a big deal for me, first of all, because of being commander of the Dragon crew. You know, that was my first command role since becoming an astronaut. And then, as you mentioned, I'll take over for the space station as well. And I think the most important aspect for me has been the one that I mentioned already, and that is the mentoring aspect. I have found it to be so incredibly rewarding getting to work with these amazing individuals. And like I mentioned, seeing it through their eyes for the first time. And just to think that I can hopefully play some kind of positive role in shaping their experience and helping them get the most out of it is really incredibly rewarding for me. Of course, it does come with a great deal of responsibility, especially when we're talking about, you know, the International Space Station and all of its elements, all of our international partners. And so that's something that, you know, luckily I've been around the office for a long time. I've seen a lot of different commanders. I've seen how they operate. I have the experience of my previous mission and understanding what the role is, what the responsibilities are, and how to function together as a team. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And I know for me, I've been incredibly fortunate that it will be very, you know, at least on a day-to-day, we'll see what challenges we get. But I know that it'll it will be made easier because my crew has been so incredible. They're so competent. They work together so well. Since we've been up here, everyone is taking care of each other. Everyone's checking in on each other. Everyone's helping each other out. And that is really, I think, the key to making sure that we're a very well-oiled machine and functioning as a competent crew, but also as a happy crew.
Speaking of a happy crew, Meir and Menon are preparing for the station's next spacewalk, set to take place on Thursday, August 6th. It's the first for Menon, a rookie flyer, and the 6th for Meir. Speaking alongside French astronaut Sophie Adno, Meir told Spaceflight Now back in March what it's like preparing for a spacewalk.
It really is my happy place. It's different. It's one thing being in microgravity and looking back at the Earth, as Sophie described so eloquently, how happy that makes us. It's another feeling entirely. It's kind of next level once you go out of the airlock, and now you're just in your own little mini self-contained spacecraft with your life support system and everything that you need in that spacesuit. And now you're looking back at the Earth only through that thin visor instead of, in a larger volume looking through a window. So it feels very different psychologically, mentally, and physically too, and it is absolutely magical. I'll never forget that first feeling, so I'm very, very much looking forward to doing more spacewalks.
As for Menon, while this will be his first spacewalk, the doctor/NASA employee turned SpaceXer turned NASA astronaut pointed to his past experience as a medical professional in extreme environments as a critical stepping stone to this chapter of his eclectic career.
I helped out immediately after the Haiti earthquake in Port-au-Prince in 2010, and then happened to also be in Nepal when that earthquake happened. And I think what I learned then is the ability to read the situation, know that you have done the training, and let the training have its effect, and just take on the challenges real time and do your best, and that will often carry through, will be super important. I think it'll be important for EVAs where you can't predict everything. It'll be important for any sort of bad thing that happens on space station. We've recently seen a medical evacuation in those kind of scenarios. I feel very well prepared to adapt to a unique situation.
And with the next Soyuz crew not set to launch until March 2027, this will be the first of perhaps many of these unique situations for Menon, as his 8-month stay in space is just getting started. As for Williams, now that he's back on Earth, he's getting ready to share stories of his time in space, beginning with a recap at the Johnson Space Center on Tuesday, August 4th. Reporting for Spaceflight Now, I'm Will Robinson-Smith.
Yeah,
Great job.
See ya.
We're proud.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back.
I really appreciate it.